Hey guys, Juliana, your automotive woman, and this week I'm behind the wheel of the all-new BMW iX xDrive50, or essentially all-wheel drive, which represents the brand's first all-electric SUV based on their 2018 Vision iNext concept. And unlike the i4 all-electric performance sedan I just reviewed, this SUV offers the first bespoke EV platform from BMW since the small i3 was released. Performance figures have been equally as impressive as my overall smooth drive this week at 516 horsepower and 564 pound-feet of torque, and with 0 to 100 figures estimated between 4.4 and 4.6 seconds, the iX is no slouch when compared to rivals. And if you want even more power, then you could always level up to the iX M60 SUV, which features 610 electric horsepower. Even without adding a variety of available packages from BMW, your iX would come nicely equipped, especially when it comes to driver-assisted technology. In Canada, the iX has an MSRP price tag of just under $90,000, and in the US, it's just shy of $84,200. Pricing aside, driver-assisted technology includes, as standard, automated emergency braking with pedestrian detection, standard lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, and a rear view camera with cross-traffic alert and rear collision prevention. If you choose to level up to the premium package like I have this week, you'll also receive Parking Assistant Plus, which includes surround view and also provides you with a hands-free parking experience with a 360-degree camera view. In addition, if you purchase the Driving Assistant Professional with the BMW laser headlights, you also receive features such as smart adaptive cruise control and high beam technology, which adapts to the road environment around you. And for added driving comfort, which in my opinion elevates the iX above competitors, is the standard four-wheel steering suspension and adaptive two-axle air suspension, which has provided me and my guests this week with probably the best and most comfortable driving experience of my life. I speak more about it during my test drive, so keep watching. With an estimated range of 315 miles or 507 kilometers, the iX is close to on par with rival Tesla's Model X's real-world driving range, but it's still well above competitor Audi with their e-tron. If you choose to stick with the standard 20-inch wheels, which come with your iX, well, your range will increase to 324 miles or 521 kilometers. I, however, this week have experienced BMW's only 22-inch performance aerodynamic wheels, which are uniquely designed to be more lightweight and to reduce road noise. And let me tell you, they work, because this is arguably the quietest EV SUV I've ever experienced, even with driving mode acoustic sounds turned all the way up. Your future iX is equipped with the same 3 levels of charging found in most EVs. However, what changes charging rate times between vehicle manufacturers is the ability your vehicle's battery can absorb the electricity being dispensed from charging towers or home units. The BMW iX has a total battery pack capacity of 111.5 kilowatt hours. However, only 105.2 kilowatt hours could actually be used because it's unsafe to completely fill EV car batteries. Now, personally this week, I've only been using level 1 charging, which is the slowest because it uses a traditional 3-prong 120 volt outlet. And I haven't experienced any issues with charging overnight. I get home around 6:30, and when I leave the next morning between 8 a.m. and 8:30, on the driver cluster, it illustrates my max range. And if I was going on a road trip, I also wouldn't have any range anxiety because the all-new iDrive8 infotainment system with built-in navigation illustrates so well where level 2 and level 3 charging towers and stations can be found. If you look down in the description, I'll provide you with BMW's estimated level 2 and level 3 charging times. Braking regeneration is another common feature found in most EVs, and essentially is when you lift off the accelerator, your battery, or in this case batteries, because the iX has 2, will recharge themselves slightly. And to activate braking regen inside your iX while the vehicle is in park, is foot on the brake, move your gear selector all the way down, You'll see a D pop up on your fully digital driver cluster, and that means you're in adaptive braking regen. If you move your gear selector one more position down, a B will pop up, and that means you're in full braking regen mode. You could also apply full braking regen while the vehicle is in motion as well. Another feature affecting driving range is driving modes, and right beside your gear selector you'll see something labeled as My Modes. The iX has 3 driving modes: personal, sport, and efficient. You can use your touchpad to activate your driving modes, or if you're uncomfortable with that and you're just quicker with your infotainment system because it is a touch screen and swipe through, you could also activate your driving modes using your iDrive8 system. It's so easy to do. And FYI, your glass inspired diamond cut instrumentations features in here. This one, personally, this dial knob is able to move forwards, backwards, sideways, and it's touch, of course. Your system is also equipped with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and wireless mobile charging when you have that premium package. So you can use the connectivity offered, and up here you have 2 USB-C ports and 12-volt port to plug in your phone, and then you can locate your closest charging stations using your phone as well. But don't be intimidated, it's super easy to use. Also, there's a 5G connection and Wi-Fi hotspotting. If you are comparing the iX to Tesla's Model X, well, it will lose out on overall cargo capacity because BMW does not offer a front trunk area, or essentially frunk. Instead, and I think this is pretty cool, they use the BMW emblem where you can pop that open and refill your washer fluid. It's a little bit different, like I said, pretty cool. Now, when it comes to towing capacity, you can tow just over 5,500 pounds, and payload capacity, that's combining people inside with what you can store on top and available storage space in your trunk. That's a max payload capacity of just over 1,000 pounds before you go towing anything or storing extra items on top inside. Speak to your BMW Specialist so you do not void your warranty. Now, if you like a motion activated power liftgate, again, speak to your BMW Specialist because your iX does have that option. Real easy to activate with your key fob in your pocket, purse, or hand. You have to kick directly down the center. If you try kicking on the sides, it will not work for you. If you kick it again, your power liftgate will close automatically as well, which is super convenient. I like that. If you want to set the height of your power liftgate, so easy to do. Just go inside your infotainment system and you can do it from there. I just mentioned the word convenience, and that's what I like when it comes to my trunk space. I like convenience. So the rear seats fold in a 40-20-40 split. I like that because you can store longer items down the center. To put down your rear seats, well, you can do so using the buttons located on the side, or if you're already standing on the side of the vehicle, you could use the buttons located on the side of each seat, and you can lower your rear seats from there as well. Super convenient. A little bit more on the convenience is the connectivity. You have one 12-volt port and a hook, so you can hang smaller items. And like I said, if you need more storage, it's available under your trunk floor. Give that a pop open. You'll find your tire mobility kit, and this is where you can store additional smaller items, or you can keep your charging cables, which BMW provides for you. Here's a fast fact for you. This panoramic sunroof is the largest glass panoramic sunroof in BMW history, and I love how it operates. So it's one touch to shade everything out, and then one touch to expose the beautiful sky. It definitely is a feature highlight within the iX. The other highlight is the overall comfort. It doesn't matter where you're sitting, especially back here. It's so comfortable because the material wraps all the way around, so you can ride in comfort, style, and just lounge. It's so nice. And when it comes to leg space, if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm 5'3", so I never complain, but this seat is currently set up for someone who's 5'11", and as you can see, I have about a foot available to me, and even headspace is so good because there's no cover for the panoramic sunroof. Remember, it's one touch to operate. It's brilliant. When it comes to storage throughout, really impressive. The pockets are deep and long. It doesn't matter if you're up front, especially behind here, and you have 2 storage pockets available behind both front seats. Connectivity equally as good. Guests are not going to complain, doesn't matter where they're sitting. Back here, you have 2 USB-C ports behind both front seats, so that's really good. And then this is 4-zone climate controlled. I love this. So the front area, you have the seats are ventilated and heated. Back here, the exterior seats are heated. You can control it all individually by using your panels. So easy to do. I love it. And then of course, when nobody is sitting in the middle, you can take advantage of your 2 traditional cup or bottle holders right here. But remember, I just mentioned that your seats fold in a 40-20-40 split. To put this center seat down, just pull on this strap right here, right, and then it comes down. But here's the one thing that I would change is when this seat is up, the visual is obscured out the back window because this headrest is in the way. So that's the only thing I would change. Ask your BMW specialist about the BMW app because it also provides you with some more comfort and convenience, like remote services such as preheating or cooling your cabin in advance. Now, I've already mentioned how these front seats are heated and ventilated. They're also power operated, but only the driver's seat offers memory support and massage comfort. And I appreciate the fact that the synthetic leather throughout is both eco and animal friendly, so that's really nice. Another feature highlight for me in here is this hexagonal in shape steering wheel. It's also power operated and it's also heated. Remember, just use your climate control panel. It's so easy to do. Another thing that I absolutely love is that it's individualized too. So just use your iDrive8 system. Just scroll back and forth if you're trying to control the passenger side or the driver's side. But back to the steering wheel, which is amazing. Okay, on the left hand side, this is where you're going to find your adaptive cruise control settings, and that's essentially also semi-autonomous, but make sure your iX is properly equipped. On the right hand side, this is where you're going to find your Bluetooth and your voice commands and your audio buttons for your Bowers & Wilkins sound system, which is a $4,000 option, and of course it's amazing. Also, you'll find a button which allows you to customize your fully digital driver cluster. You have over 24 inches of screens, and when I say this is easy to use, trust me, BMW made it easy. But I'm usually not a fan of the heads-up display, but I love it in the iX because the augmented reality illustrations, which are projected when you're using your navigation to find your destination or your charging stations or towers, is awesome. Okay, just simply put, like it's awesome. Moving over to the iDrive8 infotainment system, like I said, it's really well done. I featured it in the i4 review, but something I wanted to point out, and of course, if you want to minimize touch points, you can just use your haptic touchpad down here. So you have an interior camera in here. It allows you to take selfies. It's located up here. It's actually quite funny to use, but there's a purpose to using it. It keeps your vehicle safe, right? Ask about your BMW app. You can control it all, you can connect it all, and then you can see what's going on with your vehicle. I love it. Then this is something else I featured in the i4 is the driver recorder. In the unfortunate event you get into an accident, you could actually record what's going on with your vehicle. So again, just sit down with your specialist and go through it. If you are looking for a particular feature, easy. There's an icon for absolutely everything. Now, let's hit the road. I want to talk about braking regen because in the i4, I found that it was overly aggressive and it took more than a second to get used to it. In the iX, it's very well done. So when you just put it into drive, it's in adaptive mode, right? So it still works, but it adapts to your environment. So if you're coming close to a stop sign, or essentially approaching a stop sign or a stop light, it's still actually working. But then you drop it into braking regen, you can feel it activate itself right away. But it works, I think, well, better and just more smooth, so it's not as aggressive. Now this is really easy, right? It's convenient if you want to put your iX into gear, you know, it's just right here, right? You're using the crystallized glass handle. And if you want to put in braking regen, you just shift it one place down, right? The only thing I would change is I prefer when braking regen is just used as a paddle shifter, right? Because then it's right by my hands as opposed to have an extra motion. But whatever, that's just me being picky. It is one pedal driving, so I like that. And I don't necessarily have to go through my infotainment system. Back to this infotainment system. This is so well done. Do not be intimidated by this iDrive 8. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this right here. So if you don't want to use your haptic touchpad, I mean, don't. Use your touch screen. You'll find everything. There's an icon for everything. You will need to carry around a microfiber cloth with you to make sure all those fingerprints are minimized, but it is what it is. and I love a good large center console, and like I said previously, storage in general is just really well done. But the drive this week is really comfortable. No guest is going to complain, and you know, in relation to the driver assisted technology and just being semi-autonomous, I preferred this week not actually using any of my adaptive cruise control settings. I don't. The iX is so nice to drive. All you want to do is actually drive it. You know, it's visually appealing from an exterior standpoint. Interior, it's so well done at the front and sides. You do have that one blind spot, but only because that headrest is in the way. Just get rid of that, and this is going to be absolutely perfect, right? You have all the tech you want. You have carbon fiber, making sure everything's strong, and the vehicle's lighter. It's really nice. Okay, sound quality good. I mean, you could just hang out in here. That's how well done it is. But what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a test drive, because test drives are complimentary. So look down in the description below, because I try to make your purchasing experience easier for you. But for now, guys, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss Feature Car Friday or How To Tuesday. Amazing. So you just finished your BMW iX test drive, but the question is, how do you get out? Well, there's actually two ways. So there's a button located on either side. Give that a push. It has an icon with a door popping open. There you go, pops open. And then option number 2, there's actually a secret handle. So located down under here, give that a pull, and voila, door opens. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this BMW iX review and enjoy your test drive.